What's going on YouTube? This is Joe, Gemini Sports Hub, back with a little something different today. I was able to acquire a small collection last weekend. A family member introduced me to, sat with him Saturday night and, went through his stuff and kind of reminisced on the era that this is from. It's predominantly from my childhood. The man was the exact same age as me. So a lot of his stuff is similar to what I have, and it represents some things for me that are really kind of cool and why I'm a part of this hobby. It also was a collection that, had a lot of late 80s through early 90s, which I know that's junk wax and less desirable, but for me, it represents, where the shift occurred in my collection from predominantly baseball and football to straight basketball because of Shaq and what Jordan was doing and stuff. And so for me, like a couple of the things that stuck out there were a whole bunch of buttons, and these are old Hawkeye buttons showing, 80, 82, 83, 84. I know they're both 82 and 83, but they, they had really dominant football teams back then. And I remember being with my grandparents and my older brother and watching games with like Chuck Long and Ronnie Harmon and those guys, and just being super excited about the Hawkeyes, as well as, there was some really good basketball teams back then. And so that was my first introduction, really, and then my brother was playing Little League ball, around, when the Cubbies were, playing in the NLCS against the Padres and stuff. And so, that was my first introduction to the hobby. There were also some other buttons in this collection. I think these are older ones. I haven't really found a whole lot of information on them. There was actually 3 of them when I was washing them, which maybe I shouldn't have done. I kind of took off the finish on the other one, so it got pitched because it's useless now. I don't know what they are, though. They're kind of cool. Like I say, his collection was predominantly baseball, basketball, a little bit of football. There was like one box that was like maybe 3/4 of the way full of a 5,000 count box that had football in it. And it's actually the first thing that I was able to secure from him, because he wasn't really into football. And you could tell, I think with anybody that is going to sell their collection, they struggle with it. There's a lot of memories attached to this stuff. And so he had a bunch of 87 Topps football, which I know isn't that desirable, but I picked up a handful of them, and there was a bunch of Lawrence Taylors in there and stuff, and I was like, you know what, these are dollar cards. I'll go ahead and give him $20 for it. And then we got going from there. He had some really amazing stuff that he wasn't ready to part with, but we've since had a discussion, and maybe I might be able to get my hands on some of that. I'm hoping to anyway, hoping to meet up with him very soon. On the football side of it, there were a couple rookies, like Jimmy Smith and Edgar Bennett, Desmond Howard. I don't know why I threw that O.J. McDuffie in there. But on the baseball side, we were able to pull a whole bunch of either early or rookie cards. I was super stoked as I was going through these boxes. So there was like 30, maybe 25 to 35,000 cards total. And you can tell by the sets, 87 Topps and 90 Fleer and stuff like that, so really grueling to keep myself motivated to get through it, but I'm really happy I did it. I'm really happy with what I was able to find in there. I'll try to speed through these. These are the little bit lesser hits. There's some in here like Kevin Ritz that, he grew up like 20 minutes away from me, and so we followed him quite a bit when I was a kid. Just a crazy amount of rookies. Didn't find the ones you're really looking for, which was kind of disappointing, but is what it is. They maybe got sold. He said he did a lot of shows with, I think, his dad. He had some ties to his uncle in this collection as well. You'll see some of that later, I think. But yeah, like Ozzie Canseco, stuff like that when I was a kid I collected. I was a big Canseco fan, so this is this is neat to discover. And especially with some of these sets, like 93, 94, I wasn't buying baseball then. And so to be able to secure some of those rookies, even though maybe they aren't the greatest ones, no Jeters were in here. He didn't know what year his rookie year was, and so I think it's just by coincidence they weren't in here. I don't think he really cherry-picked it that hard. I don't know that he did at all. He did say he found a few more cards, and so I'm hoping when I go back up there, there's some more big cards. He did say he had a Gordon rookie, a couple other things, and so there was a lot of basketball as well, because everybody was in on the Shaq craze and stuff back then. So I'll kind of go through them, just the minor guys, or minor cards anyway. There are a huge amount of Kukoc rookies, Chris Webber rookies, there's Harold Miner, Penny, Jamal Mashburn, Jimmy Rose, just a crazy amount of rookies, Sam Cassell, Robert Horry rookies. These guys won multiple championships, and though they're not super valuable, they're, if we were to lot them up, I think, right there's a Lamar Murray. I met him once. Didn't even know who he was. Nick Van Exel, he was a sharpshooter, won some three-point contests, I believe. Anyway, just a super duper amount of junk wax rookie cards. Some of them are more valuable than others, obviously, but pretty good landscape of the players of the time. And I thought that was super cool. I actually, when I first started, so he had a bunch of Vin Bakers, which I thought was awesome. Because like back then, if you get an autograph, you had to send them a self-addressed stamped envelope and a letter begging for it, pretty much. I remember sending out and getting Vin Baker's autograph. I thought about digging that thing out, but it's somewhere buried. I got 150,000 cards. It'd take me a week to even find it. But anyway, yeah, just a tremendous amount, huge amount of Ben Bakers in here. Try to get through those. A couple others. Maybe I won't get through those. Maybe that's all that's left in here. Sean Bradley, Oliver Miller, Bobby Hurley. It's a shame what happened to him. He was a very talented ball player, ball hand. I think next we'll go right here. My brother collected McGuire. We got a ton of them. These are all McGuires. I think the vast majority I had, but some of them I didn't, like these hot shots. The gloss goes away, like stickers, just some quantities, and kind of more obscure cards, as well as every one of the major players in the sports card industry back then. And then Canseco, I don't care. I collect them. Most of these I already had. A few of them I didn't, like that one there, that one there. That's a cool one. It's like some regional deal. It's not a nationwide thing, I don't think. I love them cards. I used to draw characters when I was a kid, and so it was really cool to go through this stuff and see that. Bunch of Dominic Wilkins. I don't collect him quite as hard, but I do have a couple hundred of his cards. Barry Sanders. Still need to sleeve some of these up. A lot of pro set in there. That was kind of grueling to go through. A lot of this collection was, because we all know just how much was in it. Dan Marino's, there was only a few. These are guys I collect. A huge amount. The oldest card I found in this was this Bob Krim. I believe it's a 59 tops. In relatively decent condition. So that was nice. I got a couple, some of the sets that were in there. He's real close to full sets, and I can't believe how meticulously this was organized. So, like, looking for the Jeters, I could go right to 93. It was all organized by player. It was team. It was really nice. There was some, quite a few full sets, nothing real valuable, like Leaf Studio and Triple Play and stuff like that, Fleer. a lot of real close to complete sets that I think I'm gonna be able to mix with what I have and make full sets out of eventually. You know, that's a kind of a retirement job. I think when I'm 20 years from now, when I'm at that age, I'm going to be going back through all of my cards and just getting it organized the way it needs to be. These cards here, I don't remember what set they were in, like some kind of, Upper Deck had a whole bunch of goofy sets. Fun packs is what they were. But they're cool looking, and they're kind of artsy. I really like them. I also held back all those types of cards. I used to love collecting those as a kid. And then there's some older football cards and a bunch of Griffies. There's a bunch more Griffies. Altogether, after I went through everything, I got close to 4,000 cards out of it that I feel are good cards, I also got some that are top loader worthy, in my opinion, Hall of Famers, stuff like that. So we'll go through them. We've got a couple of Bigios, some Larry Walkers, quite a few. Pedro, I know some of these aren't their actual rookies, but the real early cards are still desirable. That one's a couple of bucks, Chipper Jones, Jim Tomei, just a huge amount of cards in here. Mike Mussina. Then there was some Jordan cards as well. Their Ballpark Frank RVs. That's a whole set of them there. They're cool though. And then a bunch of like Gary Payton, Larry Johnson, Chris Webber rookie, Morning rookies, more Chris Webbers, Anthony Hardaway, Kukoc Topps Finest, Mike Mussina rookie, and like Ivan Rodriguez, multiples of him, Delgado and Piazza on the same card. Piazza, Todd Helton. There's a John Smoltz, the air card with Tom Glavine on it, and it's in really super good condition and pretty well centered. This might actually find its way. It's got a little white down there, but even in a 9, I think that would be a cool card to have. The Bow Breaker card, that's a super cool card. I know it's not quite as big as the one where he's got the football pads, but that's a cool card. Jay Buhner, first day issue. I thought that was cool. It's not hugely valuable, but those were 1 per box. They were hard pull. Fridge rookie, Derek Thomas rookie, Thurman Thomas rookie, 97 Kobe and Jose Cruz Jr. Next Generation of Sport, and that is numbered out of 10,000, 1 in 10,000. Then a star promo from 1991, I believe, of Jordan. It was also out of 1,000. There's only 1,000 of them. And then more of these ballparks. These ones are in quite a bit better condition. Not really seeing a whole lot of flaws on them. And so I saw some that, if they grade out decent, $50, $60 out of them. And then more Jordans on the 91 retros, or 91 star, also out of 1,000. It's a whole set of them. First one is pretty well centered, nice clean. These were in actual screw down one touches. Definitely weren't one touches back then. I was laughing at how much of a pain in the butt it used to be to get cards in and out of those. But the rest of them are off center a little bit. I think they're all 9s, that possibly being a 10. So I don't know whether those will get shipped in or not. If they have some kind of deal. Then there were a couple cards that were just kind of oddities. Of course, this is the late 80s, early 90s card collection. So he had of a kid, and so he had some Ninja Turtle stuff. I thought these were cool, just because when I had them, I had those on my Trapper Keeper. I had them all over the place. Same with Garbage Pail Kids, and so to have some that are still got the sticker back. There's a couple Leonardos. This one in particular is in really good shape, and these are only like $1.99, but something I saw that maybe is a possibility of looking into a little harder is a PSA 10 version of one of these is like $150 or something. So then couple funny names, Buster Rhymes and Dookie Williams, kind of like Okie Dokie. And there was one other Jordan. I didn't see that. That was the only one I found going through the boxes. And so that he did say that he had another box of basketball, and he couldn't find it that day that I was there. I talked to him since he's found that, and he said there's some more Jordans than that. And so I'm really stoked about meeting with him again. His auto collection is just unbelievable. You know, Mickey Mantle, Hank Aaron, Sandy Koufax, Whitey Ford. He had some of these box backs, which I know they don't hold a lot of value, but they're cool. For these, I can't remember what they're called, but these, they're like just little inserts for a binder or something. That are, he's got Jordan, he's got a whole bunch of them here. I think this is real close to full set. I didn't organize it yet, but then he does have the full set of it. Then some photos. These are like real photos. He had, I think he had an uncle that was involved in the Cubs organization somehow, and so he had a lot of Cubs stuff. I wasn't able to secure a lot of it because a lot of it was off autographed balls. I have bought one since, and I'm super stoked about it. I'll show that off at a later date. It's going to be up here for sure. You know, in talking to him for a possible second buy-off, I mean, he's got a bunch of autographs in there. He's going to keep the big ones, you know, but which I can't blame him. Then he had some Mickey Mantle photos. I think this is like a back to a magazine or something. It's still super cool. Another one. And then this Zoe Alonso is it's got an NBA thing. It's like a NBA properties, NBA photos. So they had $25 on it. I doubt it's got any value close to that now, but it's still super cool. He had a couple of Hall of Fame, and this one's a little banged up. This is from like 1970. They're selling for a little bit of money, not really anything to write home about. You know, and then he had a bunch of like post serial cards and stuff. I pulled a lot of them, and they're in the box. I'd say I got 4,000 cards. I think I said that already, of Hall of Famers and stuff like that. This is a Penny Hardaway poster, and then he's got some like regional stuff, like a Burlington Bees. They were minor league affiliate. I don't think they're still there. I'm not for sure. And then I don't know where this is from, 79 August. This is as old as I am, as old as he is, but it's when Thurman Munson died. Then a supplement for the Hall of Fame game in 1979. Some local stuff here. This is when Cal Ripken broke it. This is from the Hawkeye, which is out of Burlington. I wish that it was nationwide. And then team souvenir book from the Burlington Bees from '95. The old Bears team photo. I'm assuming from the '85 Bears. I did not see I didn't see fridge in here. We were kind of going through it, so I'm not 100% sure. There is Peyton right there. It's kind of cool. I know these don't hold a lot of value. I just think they're really neat. And then, this one's, I think this one's missing the cover. I'm not for sure what this book is. It's some kind of Cubs brochure. I'm not for sure which one, but it is. We got a solid. Anyway, and there's a Cubs great versus Major League All-Stars Hall of Fame game, August of '82. I'm betting that's what this brochure is from as well. So that's kind of cool. Game-specific stuff. 43rd Annual National Baseball Hall of Fame, 1982. 87 World Series souvenir program. These I thought were super cool. When I was a kid, I was talking about Trapper Keeps having Ninja Turtles on it, but you also had to have a couple of these in there. These were folders. And I think Mattingly was pretty easy to get. It seems like I remember him being at my Walmart. They sold them at Walmart, but they're a Topps product. They're really kind of neat. And these are in real good condition. I know same deal with a lot of this stuff. It's not highly valuable, but it's just kind of cool oddity stuff that, if you ought to go together, somebody might want it. Had some Expos. I don't know what these are from, but they are I think they're French, because it's like New Year's Day. no real value, but you know, to an expert collector, which I know one of those, I think that would be something to have. And then they had, you know, this promotional sheet for the rookie sensations. I probably ought to just pull that out of there if it'll come out. But yeah, I'll work on that later. But I thought it was funny. You know, they felt the need to let you know there's a short print out of 250,000. And then, just an old calendar and some Burlington Bees photos. Quite a few of them there. Here's a cool picture that's pretty well ruined. It's a 81 Cubs. There's an old Canon. Thing on the like the Canon ad might be cooler than the actual players on. Then another Hall of Fame program. We got a calendar. I don't know why I was struggling to say that. Some more of these box backs, which it looks like they're almost all 89 caps. An old baseball sticker album from 1983, and I was looking in here. I know that with it being used, it's not really worth anything. I wish I would have bookmarked that. There's a page for rookies. I think it's right there. Anyway, they got some of the stickers in them. Not all of them, but a few of them in through here. I thought it was really cool. You know, it's old from when I was a little kid. And then this is like a Sports Illustrated special issue out of a cereal box. And then speaking of cereal boxes, we had a couple of those as well. He had the Jordan 96 one. It looks like it's a little sun faded, and I had to do a little bit of repair on it. And then the Jackie Robinson, which I thought those were kind of neat. They were ones I collected. So a big Jordan plaque, and out of all the Jordan cards, that's the most valuable one. That's going for like $25-30. But this is still, you know, it's in the original plastic, so I think we'll probably leave it like that for now. I would really like to take a better look at that Jordan card though, because it might be something that's worth showing, you know, getting flagged up. One thing he had he didn't think was valuable, but it turned out to be, and he questioned whether it was because he saw the made in Taiwan and he thought it was just a real cheap one, but it's an actual ceramic doll. And so this, just the case and the styrofoam, this, you know, they're going to list it for $12 or $15, but with that stuff, but it's from the 70s. Got a few issues with it. The eye logo, it looks like that was never correct from the factory. It was messed up, but still a cool kind of desirable thing. I bet it's probably $50 or $75 by itself, you know. Then he had a bunch of these which are kind of stuck together. They're all Dream Team 2. They're all oh wow, well that one just got ruined, but is what it is. So they're, you know, they're obviously brittle. Probably ought to keep them like this rather than like that. Got some cracking on there, so not a lot of value there. I'm not going to show all of them. Just there's like 20 of them here. And then speaking of McDonald's, we had a bunch of these, which are kind of cool. I don't know if I would have had a lot of them in my collection, but they're the Dream Team 2. I think they were 94. He said he's got some Dream Team 1 stuff, though, and so I look forward to when that I get a chance to look at that, because that stuff, he didn't know he had it. He also had one of these Space Jam ones, and he said that grease is real, so I don't know on those, whether there's any real value at all. Also had this guy, I remember this thing, 10,000 of them, just another Jordan, little piece of Jordan memorabilia. We're kind of getting down to it. I thought the Becketts were one of the bigger reasons why I bought the lot. I know they're not hugely valuable. Oh yeah, I forgot about these. So I got a whole bunch of these, and I just pulled out like Magic and Bird, Dominique, and there's the Jordan one too. don't know what I did with the Jordan one, whether it's stuck back behind you. Yeah, we got a Jordan one right there. I don't know. There we go. And that plaque is numbered out of 1998, so that's kind of cool too. It's a little better one than a lot of them you find. I've got a whole bunch of Becketts. Like here's a Mantle special edition one. Look at that picture. That was one of the things about Becketts. They had these paintings and stuff in the back. This one's probably also got one in the front. Nope, it's got Frank Thomas. Barbecuing baseball cards. That's hilarious. But anyway, we got like, you know, talking about Dream Team 2, there's one. Ryan Sandberg cover. There's a Jackie Robinson commemorative one. Take a look at that one as well. Oh, no picture. So some of the years, there's Nolan Ryan. Some of the years didn't. There's a Jordan cover. They didn't have the artwork in them. Or no, that's Iverson. Sorry. That's, yeah, I remember this time in my life. That's where little Joey became Joe. About 16, 17 years old around that time. I'm a Canseco collector, so there's a Canseco one. I think this might be the oldest one in there. There's a couple of them that were pretty old, but there's a Ricky Henderson from 1990, issue number 66. It's odd because this is 66, but then you go to some of the later dates, and it's not. Anyway, I think there's some discrepancy in the numbering on him. I'm not for sure. There's a Dion. It's not in very good shape, but he's pretty popular right now. Bo Jackson. Then there's a McGuire. A bunch of Jordans in here. I accidentally didn't grab the stack that had the most of them, but yeah, Kevin Garnett. Same jumping from high school to the pros. There's a King Griffey Jr. And I've since taken, there's no Shaq. See, this is 94, says issue 50, but that Henderson was 66, and so I don't know, maybe it's because it's basketball and football. I just figured it out, sorry. Not sorry, that's confusing me. Now you can just Google that stuff and say there's a Jordan cover. Yeah, they're just cool, they're super cool. Ripken when he was breaking Gehrig's record, Penny, they're kind of, yeah, that's when the Rockets were winning world championships. We got this one's super cool. It's got, I think that might have been his first bit of art here. And that's cool too, they got the cream right there. Then we also got this one here. I think this has got some cool art. Look at them shoes, man. I think that's Del Curry. I'm not for sure. Might be, I can't remember the other guy that was pretty dominant back then. I'll remember as soon as I get off camera. But a Marino one, I collect him. Another Jordan. Yeah, just a super cool amount. I'm not even for sure who that is, but yeah. Anyway. That's pretty much it. There's another Jordan. If you can give me a like and subscribe, I greatly appreciate it. Some of this stuff's going to be going to my eBay store. I'm super stoked with this as well because, you know, I named my eBay store Gemini Sports Hub, not just Gemini Sports Cards. I was planning on kind of expanding out into memorabilia and stuff like that, and so I think this is a good segue to start doing that, and that's super exciting for me, just kind of open a little more potential. I got a lot of memorabilia that I already previously owned, and so anyway, if you can give me a like and subscribe, I greatly appreciate it. I'd like to keep bringing content like this to you, as well as breaks and whatever we can think of for sports cards. But anyway, until my next video, peace.